After a $165 million budget for just the first part, a smorgasbord of A-list actors, and years of hype and delays, Dune has arrived. What up, party peoples? Bobo here with BrassRel Brothers. Thanks for coming back with some more popcorns. Alright, look, I saw Dune, and before I get started on this review, I gotta say something. Oh, and also, hit that subscribe button so you can help us make it to the top. So a buddy of mine the other day was kind of giving me a little bit of shit about some of my ratings for films. For example, he was like, if you gave Halloween 6 an A-, what do you give an actually awesome horror film? So my grading movies is based on the experience I have and the enjoyment of the film during it. Doesn't mean the plot has to be perfect. Sometimes the plot can be off and a little wacky like Halloween 6, but if the film's made well, pacing's good, I care about what happens to the characters, and I'm having a good time, to me that's what I graded on. So I can give Halloween 6 an A-, and also give Oscar award-winning films an A- because I'm grading them for what they were trying to be. I've said this in a past video of mine before, and I just want to get that out there. I know what good movies are. I grade them on what they're aiming for and what it's supposed to be. So Dune, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, I'm sure, but I thought it was a letdown. I really did. And again, some people are like, but you love Halloween 6. Yeah, for a Halloween movie. But Dune is this epic story that's been around for decades, and it's never been executed the proper way on film. And while this one is apparently the truest to the novel thus far, I still just had a lot of problems with it. Of course it looked beautiful. It's Denis Villeneuve. Everything he does looks beautiful. But honestly, his past films I liked a lot better. I felt more for the characters, like especially in Arrival. I cared about what was going on with those characters. The exposition for these characters and the way it all unfolds, I didn't feel like I knew them. And everybody's like, it's supposed to be epic and all this stuff. Yeah, it can be epic and you can get to know the characters well. Look at Lord of the Rings. By the end of that first movie, I was just super attached to Sam and Frodo and everybody else. This movie was 2.5 hours long and it felt like it was about 3.5 hours long. That's not a good thing. Movies need to reel you in to where you forget about time. For example, Avengers Endgame, 3-hour movie. The entire time I'm loving it, and I literally didn't want it to be over with. And when it was over, I was like, it's already over? Dune, however, I was kind of looking at my clock a lot of the time. And I watched this on the big screen too, so it has nothing to do with me seeing it on my TV or anything like that. And I did watch it a second time on HBO Max. I just didn't really feel like I had a reason to care about the characters. There's emotional scenes going on where the mother is crying over these things here and there, and there's some deaths that happen, and I just don't care. I don't know any other way to describe it. And look, I can watch long, epic films. Lonesome Dove is one of my favorite movies of all time. I rewatch it all the time. It's like 6 hours long. But I can watch that whole movie in one day and can be completely entertained the entire time. Whereas Dune, I found myself a little bored. I thought the choreography was slightly amateur. The pacing of the film was terrible, honestly. I found myself being like, all right, let's go here. And then even the plot line, the descriptions of what was happening was very vague. It looked amazing, of course. The acting is great in it. The music was awesome and all that stuff. Hans Zimmer. But at the end of the day, I need to be fully entertained and wrapped up into the story and the characters. And I just wasn't in this. And the fact that it's a two-parter and you're waiting for the second one to maybe get filmed now, they didn't even film the second one yet. It just didn't feel like it wrapped up like a proper storyline should. Even if it's a cliffhanger, it should wrap up still. Look at Infinity War. Infinity War wrapped itself up super good, even though it was a cliffhanger. It was still a start to finish film. This one feels like at the end of the movie, you're cutting off right in the middle of the storyline. Imagine it like this. Storylines usually for films have 3 acts. The first act to get you involved, to get you going. The second act where something really pivotal happens, and then the third act, it all comes to a head and goes down. Well, this movie was filmed like they were filming the entire story, including part 2. So at the end of this movie, you feel like it ends in the middle of act 2. At the end of the day, I was disappointed. I found it all lackluster, and I found a lot of things that they could have done a lot better. And I'm not just talking about preferences here. I'm talking about filmmaking 101. Keep me invested. So let the hatred flow this way, because I'm giving Dune a C. Yeah, I give Halloween 6 an A- because for the franchise at the time, it was making it better, and it was doing what a fun, scary movie should do. I was entertained the entire time. Well, that'll do it for this review, guys. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Look for BrassRel Brothers on Facebook, look for Bobby Williams on Facebook, and look for BrassRel Brothers on Twitter. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button so you can help us make it to the top. And as always, if life gives you lemons, make some hot, fresh popcorn.